When we look at the beginning of the dispute between who is going to control the creation of God, we go into Genesis where the dispute began, where the serpent tried to induce man to follow him and his treason against God. And in verse 15, the judgment was placed there upon those who basically went contrary to God. And it says, "And I will put enmity between the woman and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel." So, yes, in effect, we've been affected by how we walk under the seed of Christ, who bruises the head of the serpent. In the head, it's a death blow. It's a crushing death blow. But that is the outcome for those who follow Satan, because not only does the leader go down, but so does all his followers. So it's a hatred. Enmity is a hatred. We hate what is wrong, and we try to help those who are doing wrong. But we don't hate our fellow brother in the sense of that we would not want to help or assist them. We hate what they are doing or what they're basically involved in if it's contrary to the will of God. When we go to Proverbs, which is very, very important here, because the book of Proverbs that was dealing with sinners, Proverbs chapter 1, which is very, very important scripture to read over as much as possible. Proverbs chapter 1 says, "My son, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not." And that's debtors, because sinners are debtors. And then we get to Proverbs 11, verse 15, that says, "He that is surety for a stranger shall smart for it, and he that hateth suretyship is sure." So you must hate suretyship. You are not to act as a surety. You're not to act as a guarantor for something that is not something that is in a proper sense or in truth. So we can't surety something that's a fiction and place ourselves in a good position with our Creator. We cannot be involved in something that would represent debt or represent a lie when this would be contrary to truth that comes from God. So therefore, we are in a very important matter here. And when we wrote out here, the legal dispute is ended when you accept debt redemption and cancellation via Jesus Christ, the legal debt canceller, because he canceled all debt. So he is the authority to do that. Now I have to accept him in order for legal debt to be canceled. So all communication with any legal department would be the fact that I've accepted Jesus Christ and the debt is canceled. That's it. It's canceled. Now, doing anything contrary, trying to pay the debt, would be basically stating that Jesus Christ did not happen. And therefore, the signing authorities of the birth certificates, they're the issuers. They certificated the name, and therefore, they're responsible to discharge that debt upon notice. But if we don't do that, well, then we're basically walking in the debtor surety position, and therefore we lose the dispute because we're acting in the side that is basically, in essence, shooting yourself in the foot.